This next person is one of my favorite people. Just like very handsome, very strong, just in general, just muscular, and just tall and dark, and just smart. Ned Buskirk. That's me. All right, so imagine my life somehow amounting to just a few moments. Like only a handful of moments. Several. So right now I'm going to tell you how I'll be remembered in its entirety. This is everything. One of my boogers is in the San Francisco Library. In a book. Okay, it might have fallen in there. And I think it's better to assume that over the idea that I would purposely place a booger in a library book. But the fact remains, I knowingly left a booger in that book. And it's somewhere on the shelves of the SF Public Library at the Civic Center location, if you wanted to look for it. And already someone's opened that book and they know me, my booger. And they'll tell someone about it. And on and on and on. And I'll be remembered like that. Just like that. And that's one way. And then there's the barista at the Sutter and Powell Starbucks. I'll be remembered through her. You see, it turns out the entrance to heaven is in that Starbucks. I saw that glowing white portal out of the corner of my eye while waiting for 2 breakfast sausage sandwiches and a venti caramel macchiato, iced. I saw it looking like a stack of burning white tiles. Very clean white tiles. And the barista made my caramel macchiato hot. And I wanted it cold on ice. And she was so ruined by this fact when I told her she had to remake it. She was disheveled by her mistake. Her hair instantly became a knotted, nappy mess. And her makeup moved all over her face. It shifted into a muddy mess. She saw the look in my eyes, and she saw that I had just seen heaven. Over by the tower of Barbara Streisand sings the songs and lyrics of someone. That tower of CDs. So that barista, she remembers me. And then there's the bear, the homeless bear. You see, the 2 young Latinos, the man and the woman, so clean and soft skin. They were praying for him, pressing their hands so heartily, so hard onto his head at 26th and Harrison, like this old bear of homelessness, just like limp, standing so still and unanimated and huge, draped in furs with these tiny Latino palms placed on his head, it seemed. And their forceful palms pushing his face, and the pressure gets him looking in my direction. You know, and his bare eyes meet mine. So he'll remember me. Then there's that Korean man in Pack Heights who raised his eyebrows at my crotch. So certain, telling from my height and general size, that my penis must have been excitedly big. He said so. To me, literally. That's what he said. And that was outside the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf at Fillmore in Sacramento. He will never forget me. And then there's the large Mongolian woman, 3 times my size, and half her weight was in makeup on her face. As I stood with my baby on my chest at the 7-Eleven counter, the cashier mistook her for my wife or something, because we both had Slurpees. He charged me for both. I refused to pay. So she'll remember me. And I got my butt looked at by a very attractive woman, because it itches. It has for 10 years, maybe more. I mean, she looked at my butthole. I don't know, she didn't have the doctor thing. She wasn't a doctor, but she worked there at the office, the hospital. And she looked at my butthole, and I had to drop my pants in a room with bigger windows than you could ever imagine being in a patient's room. And I said to her, "I'm sorry about this. I'm sure you weren't planning on looking at a butt today. But I'm your man." I did say that. And she politely and awkwardly told me, "It's okay. I don't think about it." She shook my hand at the end of the appointment with the most pitying smile anyone's ever gave me. So I looked into the hole of heaven at Starbucks, and that poor woman looked into the hole of Ned Buskirk. And I'll be remembered, just like that. So that's it. All of this, how I'll be remembered, that's like all of the things that I'll be remembered by. Everything else will be forgotten. And this is true. And all this is burned into history's memory banks. And all else is forgotten. But then this. Then this. Then this. And singing. 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 Oh, 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 oh. And in my ears, I sound wonderful. And you're crying. And you'll remember it forever. So there's that too. Thank you.